We're going to look at one of the most controversial wealth building strategies of all, and that is borrowing to invest. You see, for some people, this strategy can be a shortcut to financial freedom, but for other people, the risk may be way too high for them to even try. So, who is right? Well, here is the answer. It all depends. For example, if you use borrowing and leveraging wisely within a well-structured financial plan, this can be a very powerful wealth building strategy to leverage more money while putting down less of your own money up front. On the other hand, if you believe that you're going for FOMO, if you want to follow the trends, and you just want to borrow wildly, it can be a very self-destructive method, in which case you will magnify the losses even further. But we're going to look at whether or not borrowing to invest makes more sense in 2026, whether or not it is worth it, what to look for, and how you can use this strategy to your advantage. But first, well, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, drop a comment down below if you want to show the channel some love. What is borrow to invest? Well, first of all, what this means is that you're using borrowed funds. So for example, you use your line of credit, you use your investment loan, you use your home equity to purchase various assets. It can be segregated funds, it can be stocks, it can be ETFs, it can be other investments, but you're borrowing it to leverage without putting a lot of your own money up front. The whole idea here is so that your overall returns can outperform, for example, the cost of borrowing. Now, here are some advantages. When the markets are performing very well, it can be a great way of accelerating your investments. But if it is performing poorly, then it's the other way around. You can really magnify your losses. Here are some beneficial reasons why it can work for you. For example, in the long run, long-term investments have been shown to reward the investors. For example, if you invest in the long run, then you can have a sizable return. Now, if your returns have largely outpaced the borrowing costs, it can be a very powerful way. You put little of your money up front and you leverage the power and the borrowing power that you had available, meaning that you can use the power of your good credit to leverage borrowing responsibly, in which you'll be able to gain more of it. And also, when it comes to borrowing, you can also have tax advantages. Now, if you use your borrowing power to purchase an asset, that makes income, that interest on your loan becomes a tax deductible, meaning you can write off the interest on your loan. On the other hand, there's some risk in which you must be aware of. When you borrow to invest, investments do not work in a straight line. There's going to be volatility. Now, for example, if you have $100,000 borrowed and the market suddenly dropped by 20% the next day, all of a sudden you now have $80,000 and you owe the full amount plus interest. So when you look at it from this point of view, it can be something that is very intimidating and you may think twice about getting into. Now, another risk is the amount of interest rates. If your interest rates are too high, you're going to be eating away at your profit margin, which is the difference between the cost of borrowing and how much returns your investments are able to make, right? So if you look at it from this point of view, it can be concerning and you may want to opt for another route. Who is this strategy best suited for? It is best suited for someone who have a steady cash flow, if you have an emergency fund, if you have a long-term time horizon, and also if you have a structured financial plan, because you're not just chasing returns, but you're more investing with purpose. Now, as you can see, when you borrow to invest, this is not a get rich quick scheme, right? You have to use it responsibly. It's about using it responsibly inside a well-structured financial plan. The best investors do not maximize their returns, but they focus on managing the risk. If you focus on managing the risk, then it becomes more of a stable form of income. It becomes more secure for you to do. Now, what I always do, I always would tell others that for whatever strategy, whether it is borrowing, whether it is line of credit, you always have to look at your time horizon, your risk tolerance, your goals. What is your financial plan? How does this match up to your overall financial goals? If you find that it aligns with it, then go ahead. It can be a very important tool. Now, the people that should stay away from this is if you can't stomach losses. If you can't stomach that your investments are going to drop by 20-30% in one day, you should stay out of it. And you should ask yourself one question. If the market dropped 30% tomorrow, if it suddenly dropped 30%, would you be able to continue making the interest payments? Would you be able to stick to the investment plan? If this is not the case, then this strategy is not for you. By the way, I hope you have gotten value out of this presentation. If you have gotten value, be sure to hit a like, subscribe, or drop a comment down below. If you like more topics relating to wealth, financial strategies, follow for more as well. And also, if you have any questions with regards to how to start and how to use your funds to borrow responsibly, be sure to message, or you can click the link located in the comments down below. I thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, we will see you in the next episode. Till next time, peace and love. Take care.